Today's slow cooker meal is one I've never had before, and that's chicken spaghetti. So the first thing we're going to do is get the chicken into the slow cooker. I used liner on this day. That's personal preference. Some people like them, some people don't. Now we're going to add in the Italian dressing mix, which is the powdered packet one. We're going to add some garlic. I couldn't find the bottom part of my chopper, that's why it all went upside down. And the diced tomatoes. I'm going to get a spoon out because we're going to add in the cream of chicken soup. Now we'll get the lid on. It said 5 to 6 hours on low, so I did 5.5. After that time, I got all the chicken out and I shredded this up. And then we're going to add some sour cream and cheese to the slow cooker. All the ingredients and will be at the end of this clip, and in the description box below I always leave the directions and the ingredients. We're going to give this a good mix, and then we'll put the shredded chicken back in the slow cooker. We'll get the lid back on and we'll just let that all come together and warm through. I'm also going to get some pasta cooking. You can add that to the crock pot if you wish. I believe I left mine on the side. Here are our finished plates, and I made some garlic toast to go along with it. It was absolutely delicious, and I do hope you give this one a try. Here are your ingredients. This slow cooker recipe I have made before. I checked, it was in 2021 and it was one of our favorites, so I wanted to repeat it and make sure that I shared it with all the newer subscribers as well. If you've been here for a while, you may have this one already. So the first thing we do is place the sausage, the chicken breast, bell pepper, onion, celery, jalapeno, garlic seasoning, crushed tomatoes into the slow cooker. You don't have to remember. All the ingredients will be at the end of this video clip, plus in the description box below, and down in the description box directions as well. So I prepped all my ingredients first so that I could just put everything in there at one time, except for the shrimp that goes in at the end. We're going to season with a little salt and pepper. We're going to give it a stir, and then we're going to cook this on low. It said 6 to 8 hours. I'd probably put it on 7, but I know I'll show it to you here shortly. Now everything's stirred up, we'll go ahead and put in the chicken stock. Now this can also be cooked on high for 3 to 4 hours. Your option. Oh, wasn't 7, 6:30. The only thing you want to double check is make sure your chicken's cooked through. This was done, and now I'm going to add the shrimp. And after you do that, you can put the lid on and let that cook for about 30 minutes until your shrimp is cooked through. And we serve ours on rice. Absolutely delicious dinner. And you'll get it for a couple nights. It does make a lot. I think it was like 8 to 10 servings on this one. There's our finished plates, and ingredients are coming up. Today's slow cooker recipe is a balsamic and honey pot roast. This one is very good. So the first thing I did was preheat the slow cooker. This one is the all-in-one by Drew Barrymore. They call them Beautiful line. This one can be a skillet as well, so that's why I'm taking advantage. I set it to 270 and I'm searing the beef while I make the sauce. Now if you don't have a crock pot that does this, you can sear it on the stove in a pan. I did that for many years before these crock pots came out, but it is an optional step. You do not have to do it. I just find that it makes the beef a little more tender. So in the well, it's not a mixing bowl, it's a measuring cup. I'm putting in all the other ingredients, which will be listed at the end of this video and again in the description box below. Now I'm going to mix all the ingredients in the measuring cup, and then I'm going to finish searing the chuck roast by standing it up just so I get the edges. And then we'll pour the sauce over the chuck roast and get this cooking on low. Set it for 8 to 10 hours. I did 10, I had all day, so ours was super tender. Here are our finished plates. I served it with some leftover buffet potatoes from the night before and a little side of peas. I hope you give this one a try. Again, it's super good. Today's slow cooker recipe, bacon and beef chili. The first two ingredients are a 1 pound of ground beef browned and drained, and the second 12 ounces of bacon browned, drained, and cut into smaller pieces. So using the new slow cooker that I have, it's a 10-in-1 by Drew Barrymore, and it also can be used as a skillet. So that's the setting I am currently using to brown the bacon and the beef. Okay, now that everything's browned, I did clean out the grease from the slow cooker. If you don't have this kind, just use a pan to brown your beef and your bacon. Now we're going to add everything else into the pot. Again, ingredients at the end of this video clip and in the description box below with directions. It said 2 tablespoons of chili powder, and that's what I used. Most of the other ingredients as far as dry seasonings was half a teaspoon, but I used a teaspoon of everything. It depends how spicy you like it. We just like a lot of spice, so a teaspoon is what I used. I should also mention that the original ingredients call for 2 poblano chilies diced, but I didn't have those, so I just used some red pepper flakes. Now we have everything in here. I'm going to give it a good stir. I'm going to cook this on low. It said 6 to 8 hours. I did 7, and it was ready when the time was up. I just served it with some cornbread. A very good chili, and the bacon, oh, that just made it. I hope you give it a try. Also, I don't think it would hurt to add an extra pound of ground beef. And here are your ingredients. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed week 1 of Crocktober. Week 2 coming up next Monday for more Crock-Pot dinners. And if you made it to the end of my video, please leave me a pumpkin emoji in the comments. That way I know you were here. Love you guys. Thank you for watching.